I have a familiar friend. Appears when he wants. The other day he showed up again after a year and a half without communication. He brought beer, meat and called to the forest for a picnic. They pitched the tent, lit the fire, fried the meat, drank, discussed the news. It seems that we should already sleep, the dawn is near, but I see that he wants to tell something, but does not dare. Well, I asked him point blank, they say, problems, do you need help? And he says, no, I don't need help, I just want to tell you, I know that you sort of understand this, but suddenly you laugh at it. Well, I told you this. Met one girl, cute, funny, walked together for a short time, I realized, not mine. Everything is with her, but, you know, how it happens, I'm bored with her, but I have to spend the weekend together, she won't let me go to my friends, there have already been hints to get to know my parents. In general, I decided, we will leave. I called in a sad, guilty voice I said, there is a serious conversation. She immediately, well, come to me, there is no one at home. I came, and she immediately took me to the kitchen, and pours coffee, that's just brewed. It seemed to smell, some spices were mixed there, but only cinnamon was distinguished, I'm not particularly strong in spices. It was very tasty coffee, I probably drank 3 cups with cigarettes. And she does not ask what kind of conversation I had, and I already got tired of talking about parting. It will start, I think, now. Cheers, let's try again, or even worse, swearing, insults. Some other time, sat a little more for decency and left. And from that day on, strange things began to happen. I go to bed, she is dreaming in a dream. There is no way to break up. I try not to call, the hand itself takes the phone. And okay, I would like to continue to meet with her there. No, I'm already tired, and the initial passions have already evaporated. Now I can't just quit. How many times have I said to myself, that's it, I'll call tomorrow and say that everything is over between us. I'll call tomorrow and make an appointment. He left her for the dacha under the pretext of helping his parents with the housework. And in our dacha on one side of the road, dachas, and on the other, the village has already gone. The old people live, and among them is one granny, unexpectedly gentle and friendly, we often take milk from her. As soon as I arrived, I close the gate, and she goes. He looks intently and says, are you suffering, son? I didn't immediately understand what was happening. I answered that no, I don't suffer at all, I came to rest for the weekend. And she, all bewitched suffer. And she went to herself. All weekend I thought about this girl of mine. I am so drawn to her and at the same time it even becomes disgusting. Arrived in the city, even worse began. She calls constantly, she controls every step, but I can't leave her, and I don't want to see her, and I can't live without her. And all come from her, it's so sickening in my soul, as if I did something vile, I took the candy from the child. And strange thoughts began to appear. Why did I give up this life at all? I don't want anything anymore, I'll go now, I'll jump off the roof and all the torment will end. In general, I barely waited for the weekend, and to the country. I say to my mother, I'll go buy some milk, and run to the village. Grandma was at home, met me as if she was waiting. And, he says, he came. She poured milk, I gave the money and I'm not leaving. And she is silent and waiting for something. Then I ask right away, Grandma, can you remove love spells? And I myself think that she will pour milk on my head for such words. And she, on the contrary, as if she was just waiting, nodded and said, I can do it well. Just don't follow me, don't watch what I do. She went into the house, after about 3 minutes she brought me water in an ordinary jar. She told me to put it at the head of the bed and look there in the morning, and then go to the crossroads and pour it over my left shoulder. And so, in the morning, I looked into that jar, and there was some kind of ball of rot, either worms or dirt. I didn't want to take a closer look. Maybe it started crawling that night, because nature is all around. I threw out this jar. At first I didn't seem to feel anything. Only when I was walking home, such rage rose in me that I barely didn't blow that jar on a pole. He held on somehow, and he came home, The phone rings. She is, again in a claim. Why did I drive off to the dacha when she wanted to take me to her friend to visit? And how it broke through me. I said, and we parted, and I'm tired of you, and I don't want to see you anymore. He spoke out, hung up, and blacklisted the number. And she doesn't draw me to her anymore, and she's not at all pretty now it seems. As you look closer, she was scary, only covered with makeup. For some time he was silent about this, did not tell anyone. Then, he could not stand it, he told his mother. I thought he would laugh. And she collected her most valuable seemings from the cellar. There are some salads, currant jelly. She loves all sorts of pickles and jams from me. She bought sweets and took them to the granny, thanked.
Thank you for your attention. Subscribe to the channel.